Hello, hello, and welcome to the Unit 1 quiz review video. Okay, for number 1 and 2, let's use the following histogram to answer these questions. Number 1, how many cities are represented in the histogram? Now, the number of cities are the heights of the histogram's bars. So let's write down those bars, the heights of those bars, and then we will add them all together. So this one is 3, 4, 6, 5, and 4. So 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 gives us 22 cities. Number 2, how many cities have an average snowfall of less than 6 inches? Less than 6. I was going to say 6 or less, but that is not reading the sentence right. Okay. So let's take a look at the annual average snowfall, which is on the bottom of our histogram. I see 6 inches right here. Less than is to the left. All the numbers are smaller than 6 to the left. So this covers 2 bars, the 3 and the 4. I add those two. 3 plus 4 is 7 cities that have an average of less than 6 inches of snow. That is definitely not our city. We get a lot more than that. Ugh. All right. Number 3. The ages of 22 students in a karate class are given below. There's the list. Let's construct a dot plot. Now, the first thing we need to do here is find the smallest number. That's 5. Oops, I'm not crossing them out just yet. My bad. And then I'm going to count. What's my largest number? My largest looks like it's 13. I think I have enough space to count up by ones on my number line. Do not skip any numbers. Even if you don't have them on your list, we're not skipping them. Our number line has to go in order. If you go by 2s, then your number line goes by 2s. If you go by 3s, your number line goes by 3s. But if we're going by 1s, every number has to exist. Okay, this is how we do it. You look at the list. So the first one is 11. I'm going to cross it off, and I'm going to make an X over 11. Then it's 5, 9, 13, etc. When there's more than one number, we stack the X's. Now, I did this ahead of time, so I'm going to go ahead and draw my little X's. You take your time to go through and make sure you get every single one of them. I guess pause the video if you're watching it and working. I got 1 on 5, 2 on 6, 2 on 7, 3 on 8, 3 on 9, 2 on 10. I've got 4 on 11, 3 on 12, and 2 on 13. There was no 14, but I still have to label my number line, so it ends on 14. All right. Number 4. Write the 5-number summary and create a box and whisker plot for the following sequence. So the box and whisker is there for you. We're just going to label it correctly. The first thing that I need to do here is write my numbers in order from smallest to largest. So that's what we'll start with. Be very careful. Make sure you have all of your numbers. That's a very easy mistake to make. Especially when numbers repeat, make sure that if you have 2 of the same number, you write it twice. Okay, so here is our list in order. The easiest thing to do here is our minimum and maximum, so I'm going to start with that. So that's 47, which is this whisker. And then 134 is our maximum, so it's our largest and smallest. All right, next let's find our median. We find our median by crossing one number off our list from each side until we get to 1 or 2 numbers in the middle. In this case, I have 1 number, so I'm just going to circle it, or I guess that's a square. I don't know why I said circle. And that's our median. Now, the reason I put it in a box, or if you want to, you can circle it, is to remind myself that I am not using it. It exists on my list. I'm not going to use it for Q1 and Q3. Now, Q1 comes from the middle of the left side. Now, as I'm crossing off, I find that I have 2 numbers in the middle. So what I am going to do for Q1 is I'm going to do 49 plus 56 divided by 2. So first, you need to add 49 and 56. 49 and 56 give us 105. Divide that answer by 2, and that's Q1. So that's right here, 52.5. Next, let's do Q3. We're going to use the right side of our list, and we're going to find the median. Once again, I have 2 numbers in the middle, so I'm going to do 113 plus 122 divided by 2. So first, you add. 113 plus 122 is 235. Divide that by 2, and we get 117.5, and this is where it exists. Beautiful. Number 5. The manager of a bakery wants to compare sales records of the 2 types of cakes that he has. The table shows the number of each type sold per day for 6 days. The manager wants to determine which type of cake to display in the bakery window. So she wants to choose the most popular cake based on sales. We're going to do this by comparing the median and IQR. And then we'll explain our reasoning. Whoops, I forgot to change pen colors. And you know how I am about color coding. Crazy. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the red velvet cakes. Or just velvet, my bad. I'm going to take the numbers that are in the table up there, and I'm going to put them in order from smallest to largest. Okay, first let's find the median. Well, I got 2 in the middle. So to find my median, I got to do 32 plus 39 divided by 2. Let's write that down here. 32 plus 39 divided by 2. 32 plus 39 gives me 71. 71 divided by 2 is 35.5. 35.5 isn't in our list. It would exist right here. Because, oh, that's ugly. Because of that, I'm just splitting my list directly in half. We need to find Q3 and Q1 in order to find our IQR. So I'm going to find Q3 first. Whoops, that was weird. Q3 is the middle of the right side, so that's 40. Minus, all right, let's find Q1, the middle of the left side, 29. 40 minus 29 gives us 11. Let's do the same thing for the swirl cake. I'm going to write the numbers from the table in order from smallest to largest. Let's find the median. Whoop, we're in the middle of 2 numbers. So for the median, I'm going to have to do 31 plus 32. Divide that by 2. 31 plus 32 is 63. 63 divided by 2 is 31 and a half. Okay. Now let's do the IQR. Oh, 31 and a half doesn't exist on our list, so we cut our list in half. Let's do our IQR. So let's find Q3. So that's 36 minus Q1, which is 27. 36 minus 27 is 9. Now, which cake should she choose? This is something that you can justify in many different ways. The way I look at it is I looked at the velvet cake. I saw that it has a median of 35 and a half sales over 6 days. However, it wasn't as consistent. We had a spread IQR of 11. Now the swirl cake, it had a smaller median, so 31.5 on average, but it was more consistent. Its IQR is 9. So I, on my end, chose swirl cake because it had more consistent sales. Now, you could also choose to do the velvet cake because it had a higher median. And because of that, maybe you can justify that the higher spread doesn't matter because it still sells more as its median. Again, I think for my reasoning, I will say swirl because sales are more consistent. So that's what I would go with. So a smaller IQR. Because to me, that's what it really would be based on, is how popular is the cake? It's more consistent. It looks like more people, or it was bought more often on a high basis. All right, she wants to choose more popular. So I'm going to say the swirl. So to me, that's why I think it's more popular, is because it has a smaller IQR. People buy it more consistently. You can also argue velvet cake because it has a higher median. So either way, you can argue it as long as your explanation makes sense to me. We'll take that answer. Okay, numbers 6, 7, and 8 are all done in our calculator. Let me remind you how, and then I'll write down the answers. I cannot project both screens. So for the mean, we take our data set, right? We look at it in our paper, we see it. Wonderful. We open up our calculator. We make sure we're in the calculate section. Then we click menu 633. You use your yellow control button, and then you click that backwards parenthesis that looks like a backwards C. And you list your numbers using the commas, and you should get, click enter. You should get 88.27. Now, I don't remember whether or not I got fractions here, but if I did, I would do yellow button enter to make it into a decimal. Next, we have our standard deviation. Standard deviation is very similar. We do menu, but this time we do 637 and then yellow button parenthesis, and we enter our numbers using commas in between them. Click enter, you should get around 7.4. I'm doing the same thing for number 7 and 8. So menu 633, yellow button parenthesis, use commas for the mean. And menu 637, yellow button parenthesis, use commas for the standard deviation. And this is what I got. Lastly, here's the data set with decimals. Menu 633, yellow button backwards parenthesis, use commas, click enter, 13.08. For standard deviation, menu 637, yellow button backwards parenthesis, enter your numbers with commas, make sure to click enter, and you get 2.03. Again, if you got fractions for any of these, you can leave it as a fraction, sure. But I recommend practicing turning it into a decimal by using the yellow button and then enter. All right. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please make sure to ask me or whoever's helping you out. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!